Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a while since I've filmed any content and it's just been taking me a while to actually sit down and film another semester at sea video, and that's kind of due to the re-entry process, and it's just been kind of hard to still talk about semester at sea. Ever since you come home from the trip, I feel like people who have been on SAS kind of understand what I'm talking about. And then I also have been extremely busy. I am now the VP of marketing full-time for my sorority, so that is like my top priority. And then I actually just got accepted to become a global ambassador for semester at sea on my university's campus. So I'm gonna be doing that as well. I have so much going on that I just don't have a lot of time to film. As much as I love it, I just don't have the time for it right now. I still plan on making videos because this is one of my hobbies and I love doing it. Yeah, I just wanted to do that little introduction and let's get on with the video. I'm just gonna kind of compile all of these questions that I got from TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram into this video just to do a big semester C Q&A video. Also, I have my Dr. Pepper and my questions, and I am ready to start answering questions. So, first question is, what exactly is semester at sea? I don't know how many times people had asked me what semester at sea actually is. I think the best way to explain it is if you are roughly my age, I would say maybe you know what The Suite Life of Zack and Cody is, the Disney Channel show. That is the best way I can explain it to you, but to go into more detail, semester at sea is a study abroad program through Colorado State where you live on a cruise ship basically with 400 to 600 other college students, and you basically travel to 10 to 12 different countries. And yeah, that may sound too good to be true, but it was the best experience of my life and I highly recommend it to anybody. Next question, how old do you have to be to go on semester at sea? So semester at sea is catered towards college students. However, you can be a gap year student. A majority of the people are undergrads, and then they also do accept post-grad students. Next question. What is the application process like? I think the best way to explain this is it's basically just like another application to another university. Most of us have applied to colleges and it's basically just like that. You just have to write a little essay and then send in your school's transcripts and just answer some questions here and there. It's not anything to stress about though. Like, it's not too demanding, if that makes sense. It's fairly simple. For the application process, there is a $75 application fee. And then once you get accepted into semester at sea, after your application, you have to pay a $1,000 down deposit. But here's the thing. If you end up backing out and not wanting to go on semester at sea, you can get a full refund from only the $1,000 deposit if you cancel over 90 days prior to the voyage of when your embarkation day is. So you can get the $1,000 refund, but the $75 application fee, that is a done deal. You will not get that money back. The application process, pretty easy. It's not, I'm telling you, it's not anything to stress about. And if you truly want to do SAS, like, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. Okay, next question. Where exactly do you go? Like, what countries do you go to? Basically, every voyage is different and you go to different places. On my voyage, we started in Amsterdam, and then our first port was Portugal, Morocco, Spain, Croatia, Greece, Cyprus, Jordan, Kenya, India, and then we disembarked in Dubai. Again, every voyage is different and every itinerary is bound to change. So when I applied, we were supposed to be going to Vietnam, Tokyo, Malaysia, but it was so far in advance, they thought that we could keep going, and then just stuff happened and then your itinerary changes. It's not always like that, but don't be dead set on all these places that you're going to go to, because the itinerary is just bound to change and there's nothing we can do about that. It's just for the safety of the students and protocol basically. So yeah, but I know in the past they've gone to like Hawaii, Tokyo, Malaysia, Vietnam. I don't know. Seriously, Semester at Sea has been everywhere, and whatever itinerary you end up having, it'll be the best experience of your life. I guarantee you, you'll have the best time no matter where you go. How long did you stay at each port? That kind of just depends. Each port is different. I will say the average amount of time we spent at each port was 5 days, but in Cyprus, I know we only spent 4 days, and then Kenya, we spent 6. So it's roughly between 4 to 6, but on average, we spend about 5 days in each port. Do you have to be from the United States to do Semester at Sea? No, you don't. I will say the program is through Colorado State. Keep in mind that these classes that are transferring are coming from Colorado State. So just keep that in mind when you apply. But on my voyage, we had plenty of international students, and it was honestly really great meeting all these people from all over the world. What are the eligibility requirements? So for gap year, post-grad, and undergrad, it kind of varies a little bit on what you have to do. This kind of goes with the application process. If you are a gap year student and you apply to Semester at Sea, you will have to send your official high school transcript, a disciplinary clearance form, 300 to 500 word essay, academic letter of recommendation. You have to be graduated from your high school, and you have to have a cumulative GPA of about 3.0 to a 4.0. For undergraduate students, you will have to send your unofficial transcript from your current university. There's an optional essay that you can do, however, I just recommend doing it, just looks better. You have to be enrolled full-time in a degree-granting university. You have to have completed at least 12 credits at the post-secondary level. You have to have a preferred cumulative GPA between a 2.5 and a 4.0, and you have to be in good academic standing. And lastly, for recent college graduates, you have to send in your unofficial transcripts from any college or university that you have attended, an academic letter of recommendation, a statement of intent, and it's basically just another essay. They're basically just asking you like why you wish to participate. You have to have a preferred cumulative GPA of a 3.0 to a 4.0 during your undergrad career, and you have to be graduated with a bachelor's degree. Did you use an international card or cash? So I kind of got really lucky with this because my mom actually works at a bank, and she got me 2 credit cards and got them set up to all of the countries that I went to. So if I bought something, say in Morocco, it wouldn't flag it as fraudulent. So like, she got that approved for me, and then she also got me cash for every single country that I went to. I think I got roughly $30 US of each country's currency, if that makes sense, like the equivalent to $30 US. I would say that you don't have to get cash before going to these countries. It's very, very easy to find ATMs there. I went to ATMs all the time and just withdrew cash. It was a lot easier that way. But I will say getting it beforehand is really nice benefit, because you're gonna have to take a cab to probably go to these countries, and how are you gonna pay them if they don't accept credit card? Yeah, also some countries only accept cash. I didn't know that before going on Semester at Sea until I had got to Morocco. They did not use card whatsoever. Yeah, just keep that in mind, but it is very easy to get cash. They typically have them at the cruise terminal that we are docked in. There's really nothing to worry about. I got this question on Instagram. It says, is the pool always open? It is open pretty much all the time. Just they're open in the morning, and then they're open till like dinner time, and then they're closed when it's dark. So yeah, I didn't use the pool that often. But scholarship advice. Honestly, the scholarships is different for everybody. I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this, because Semester at Sea, once you are accepted and you do your deposit, Semester at Sea has their own scholarship portal that they offer. They pretty much will tell you like which ones you are eligible to apply for, and you can do as many as you want, and then you just basically accept whichever scholarship that you were granted, and then they'll deduct that money out of your tuition payment. Yeah, the scholarships are fairly easy too. It's just essays pretty much, and then sending in your financial aid. Also, I know some people applied for scholarships outside of semester at sea and they transferred them over, and this didn't apply to me, but if your home university is an affiliate school with semester at sea, they might be willing to transfer your scholarship from your university towards SAS. So I would talk to your study abroad office and your academic advising office to see if they could do that for you. Yeah, just talk to people and then fill out as many semester at sea scholarships as you can. That's my best advice. How did classes work / what classes did you take? Basically, on semester at sea, since it is a ship and you're constantly traveling, we only did school while we were out at sea on the ship. So when you are in these port for 4 to 6 days, you don't do any work for the most part. On the ship, there's designated A-day and B-days. Everybody on the ship takes between 4 to 5 classes. I only wanted to take 12 credits just because I kind of wanted to enjoy my time, but I took the required global studies class that everyone has to take. I took international marketing, international business management, and leading high performance teams. So I had leading high performance teams and international marketing and global studies on A days, and then on B days I had global studies and international business management. So it was actually really nice spreading it out like that so you could still enjoy your time on the ship. Also, a lot of people don't talk about this. I didn't really know this before I got on SAS, but every single class you take minus global studies has a required field class. So I'm gonna try and better explain this to you. So for my international marketing class, I had my field class in Spain on the second day. And then for my leading high performance teams, I had it in Portugal on the last day. And then my international business class, I had my field class in India on the very last day. So it just kind of depends. Everyone's schedule is different. Just keep in mind your field classes because they are a lot of your grade. Was it hard to make friends? Honestly, no. I don't think it was that hard to make friends, but it also just depends on like who you are and how introverted or extroverted you are. So I would say I'm a pretty introverted person, but something that I kept telling myself when I was on semester at sea is every single student on this ship is in the same exact boat as me. No pun intended. Every single person that is going on semester at sea, you all are in the same position. You are all coming onto this ship not knowing a single person. 80% of these people have never been on their own like this before, and they don't know what they're doing. So I don't think it was that hard to make friends, and at least on my voyage, everybody was super inviting and wanted to meet new people just because we're all in the same position. Next, what was the Wi-Fi like? The Wi-Fi was literal like, on the ship, there's a thing called internet and intranet. So intranet is the Wi-Fi specifically on the ship that is only for schoolwork. Literally, I mean, you could try to go on Instagram on it, but nothing works. For the intranet, they basically like reserved Moodle, Wikipedia, and some other free websites that we could use only for the intranet for free. Internet is Instagram, Snapchat, all of that. You only get 100 megabytes a day, and that is nothing, literally nothing. And that makes me sound so spoiled, but like, it was actually very nice to disconnect off of my phone. I will say that right now, but it was also very hard to like try to book stuff on the ship because you need internet to book stuff and research stuff. So schoolwork and the Wi-Fi situation was very, very frustrating at times. However, that's what happens when you're in the middle of the ocean. You live and you learn, basically. I got asked a lot about if you could buy more Wi-Fi. Yes, you can buy more megabytes, but you can't buy better internet, if that makes sense. I know some people who did and some people who didn't. I personally did not buy anymore because it was expensive. I just didn't feel that it was worth it. It was kind of nice to disconnect, but I know people who did get it and they offered to like book stuff because they did have more megabytes for us to use. So yeah, it's nice, but I don't think it's necessary. I hate this question. How much is semester at sea? This is probably what everybody has been wanting to hear. I really hate answering this question because I feel like it gets a lot of backlash about, oh, so it's only for rich people. It bothers me because that's not the case at all. I know people who got their whole tuition paid for solely in scholarships, and whatever they bought in country was out of their pocket. So you can do semester at sea on a budget, and I can guarantee you that. It is a really expensive program. It's a very frightening number. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was the same way when I saw it, and I was like, that's never gonna happen. My parents are never gonna agree to that. It's too much money. You truly want to go on semester C, that's what you wanna do, you can make it work, I promise. Let me get a drinky drink. But yeah, there's different cabin types you can choose. There's an adventure double bunk, Discovery triple inside, Discovery double inside, an ocean triple outside, and an ocean double outside. And basically, a triple versus a double basically is how it sounds. A double is 2 people and a triple is 3. And typically triples are a lot cheaper than the doubles. The insides versus the outside cabins, the difference between that, inside, no window, outside, you get a window. Lastly, did it take time for you to adjust back home? Honestly, for me personally, it didn't take me long to adjust, but I also feel like towards the end of semester at sea, I was ready to go home, ready to see my family. It was the Christmas season. As much as I love semester at sea, I love it, I will go again. I just was kind of ready to have a schedule again and see my family. So I had that realization pretty early compared to most, but I know for a lot of people, they're struggling with the re-entry process. Re-entry and the reverse culture shock is definitely a real thing. You don't think about that because I've lived in the United States for 21 years and I was abroad for 4 months, and then you come back to the United States after 4 months abroad and you're like, oh, I'm just going back home. I'm super comfortable. This is what I've known. You will go say to like Chipotle, and it's just so different because that's not what you were used to for the last 4 months. For some people, the re-entry process, it hit them a lot harder than it did for me, and I'm actually really grateful that it didn't hit me as hard as it did for others. I'm actually pretty good. Like I adjusted back really nicely. I think for me what helped a lot was I had stuff back at home to look forward to. I had my VP of marketing position and I applied to be a global ambassador. I just had so much stuff that I was excited to do and had stuff kind of lined up for me when I got back, and it kind of kept my mind off of things. It took a while for my sleep schedule to get back in order, but I've been pretty good. I'm really happy with everything that I have done, and I'm really happy that I went on semester at sea. I very, very, very much can't stress this enough, recommend it. It was the best thing that had ever happened to me. Hi, it's me. Last clip, camera died, and now it is honestly probably like a couple weeks later. I'm just now editing the video. But basically where I was going with that statement in the last clip was something that I really, really appreciated about semester at sea that a lot of people don't think about is, for me personally, semester at sea taught me a lot about myself as a human being and kind of taught me more about what I wanted to do in life and how I wanted to experience life in itself. It also taught me to grow up a little bit and forced me out of my comfort zone and made me make decisions for myself that I had to choose for myself and not my parents behind me telling me what to do. And it forced me to be independent in many different ways. That's just something that I really appreciated the most out of semester at sea, and that's kind of why I recommend it to people. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know when the next video will be out. Again, I've said this so many times, I have so much stuff happening right now that I just don't have time to film, but I promise you I will be making more videos in the future. It's been a lot right now and I'm trying to figure myself out and figure out my future, so I really appreciated you guys going along all of my semester at sea videos. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed them, and I hope to see you guys again in the future. Semester at sea 130 Voyager out. And if it wants you, oh, it'll come and find you. Fall back just a little, don't wanna lead you on, don't wanna push a feeling.